Thank you, Chair. I can confirm you're live on YouTube.
Thank you, Georgia. Thank you all for attending today's Licensing and Appeals Board panel hearing. Can I remind all parties that this meeting is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube? By attending this meeting, you are given your permission to be recorded and streamed. Please ensure that when you use your microphone to talk and turn it off when you've finished speaking. So we go to item 1, apologies for absence. I have none. Items of urgent business, I have none. Declarations of interest, does anyone have any? No. Thank you. So item 4, purpose of the hearing. The purpose of today's hearing is to consider an application to depart from licensing procedures and conditions in respect of private hire signage. I'm Councillor Ben Jones. I'm chair of this panel. I've got Councillor Rose and Councillor Ayres either side of me. We have Craig Pease, who you probably know. We have legal representative Amy Pearce, who will advise the panel on the law, its practices and procedures. Lawrence Steele, Democratic Services Officer. And Councillor Steve Everett, who's just here as a observing today's hearing for training purposes. And you are?
So my name is Lucian Stanga.
I'll now invite the legal representative to outline the procedure that will be followed.
Hello. So what will happen today is Craig, as the Senior Licensing Officer, will present his report. Once Craig has presented the report, you will have an opportunity to ask any questions you may have based on what he's presented today. After you have asked questions, the panel will have an opportunity to question Craig on the contents of the report. Once that has been done, there will be an opportunity, if the panel should wish to go out and inspect the vehicle, which I understand is parked outside today. I must stress that if there are any questions that relate to this hearing, they are to be asked in here, obviously as part of the hearing, so it can be minuted. And so if you can save any questions that you may have outside for in here, that would be the preference. Thank you. Then what will happen is we will return here and you will have an opportunity to put across your side as to why we're here today. Then Craig will have an opportunity to ask questions of any of your submissions, and then the panel will have an opportunity to ask questions. At that point, we will then go on to summing up. So Craig will just sum up what he's already said. We ask that when summing up takes place, that no additional information is introduced at that point. You will also have a couple of minutes to sum up if you wish to. The panel will then retire. What that means is that everybody will leave the room with the exception of the panel, who will then go on to make their decision. Lauren will remain in the room for the purpose of taking minutes. I also, as a legal advisor, will remain here just to advise on points of law and policy. Neither myself nor Lauren will have any part in the decision-making process. Councillor Everett is also here in an observational capacity. He will not be asking any questions today. He won't be able to take part in the process, but he will likely remain in the room also just to observe how decisions are made. Assuming that a decision can be made today, and we hope that it can, you will be called back in once the panel have reached a decision for them to read that out to you. If for any reason they can't make a decision today, they will endeavour to get a decision to you within 5 working days. If that is looking likely to be the case, we will notify you as soon as possible to save you waiting around. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I'll now invite the Senior Licensing Officer to present the report.
Thank you very much, Chair. As discussed, we're here today for an application to depart from the Borough Council Hackney Carriage and Private Hire Licensing Procedures and Conditions in respect to private hire signage, with an application being put in by Mr. Lucian Stinger. Mr. Stinger holds a private hire vehicle licence PV0176 for a Mercedes-Benz Model S350, which was granted on the 13th of May 2025. This vehicle was originally licensed by Mr. Stinger in 2023 as a special event vehicle. Mr. Stinger is applying for an exemption from the requirement of displaying private hire signage on the front doors of the vehicle. The Borough Council's Hackney Carriage and Private Hire Licensing Procedures and Conditions, which were approved by full council on the 30th of January 2025, state that a sign must be displayed in a prominent position on each front side door of the vehicle, displaying either the Borough Council logo with the wording pre-booked only, insurance invalid unless booked with an operator, or the Borough Council logo and specifying the operator's name, telephone number for bookings with the wording pre-booked only. Excuse me. On the 11th of June, Mr. Stinger emailed a request for an exemption to be considered on the basis that the Mercedes is a higher class of vehicle, and although used for some private hire work, the majority of the work carried out, approximately 75%, would be for executive bookings. A copy of Mr. Stinger's emails is attached to this report as Appendix 1, and Chair, that can be found on page 9 of the agenda. Further emails were received on the 6th and 7th of July 2025 from Mr. Stinger. These contain a letter explaining Mr. Stinger's reasons for the request, supporting correspondence from local businesses confirming use of his services, and photographs of the vehicle. These documents are attached to this report as Appendix 2. Chair, that is on pages 10 to 17 of the agenda. The requirements for private hire signage were introduced as a licensing condition in 2009. The following is an extract from the Borough Council's Cabinet report, which was dated the 2nd of December 2008. Private hire vehicle signage. There is currently no requirement for private hire vehicles to advertise their operator's name or that they may be pre-booked only. It is proposed to introduce a requirement that all private hire vehicles have prescribed signage on each side of the vehicle, including the operator's name, the wording pre-booked only, and the operator telephone number. This would identify the vehicle as private hire and help avoid confusion with a taxi. It also provides useful information for members of the public wishing to make a booking. The requirement for private hire signage was subsequently approved by full council on the 22nd of January 2009. Section 48(1) of the Local Government Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1976 prescribes that a private hire vehicle must be of suitable type, size and design, in a suitable mechanical condition, safe, comfortable and adequately insured. In addition, Section 48(2) provides that a district council may attach to the grant of a licence under this section such conditions as they may consider reasonably necessary, including, without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing provisions of this subsection, conditions requiring or prohibiting the display of signs on or from the vehicle to which the licence relates. Panel are requested to consider this report, including any submissions put forward by Mr. Stinger, and dispose of the matter by either allowing or rejecting the request. There is no statutory right of appeal to Magistrates' Court against the decision of the Council in this matter. Should Mr. Stinger wish to challenge the Council's decision, this may only be achieved by way of judicial review. Thank you very much, Chair. That concludes the report.
Thank you, Craig. I'll now invite questions from yourself, Mr. Stinger, to Craig.
I don't have any questions.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Not at this stage. Thank you.
Make sure you use your mic.
No, Chair, thank you.
Now I'll invite Mr. Stinger to present his case.
Sorry, Chair, I believe Mr. Stinger has brought his vehicle.
Sorry, yeah. Would panel members like to inspect the vehicle? Not to.
Not particularly.
No, okay, thank you. Right, now I'll invite you to present your case, please.
So I have this car as a service additional to my other cars I use in it, just because this service is being required for some of the customers in this area. Is I will say probably only one in, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's only a few cars the same model. And I use it for the last 2 years, but some of the regular customers, they were struggling because as a special event car, you have some rules as a minimum fare, which is about £30. And the businesses, sometimes for a really short journey, they would not really want to pay that minimum fare. And also, on top of the other rules is the customer have to request a special event car, which a lot of them, they don't really know what that means, a special event car. They want a nicer car or something to be comfortable. And also that because of that reason, sometimes I have to refuse them because I'm not allowed to the rules to offer them. If they don't request, then they have to tell me the reason. Some of the customers, they're quite high-end customers, they come in here, they don't really want to tell you the reason, they're trying to avoid that, and they want a discretion. This car is not going to be used as for immediate hire. It's only used for the pre-book. And for having a private hire with no stickers, it would help me to maintain service for the people on a low cost. And then don't keep it this service for the people, because I have using other cars, so this is not being used every day. The model and the way they look like, you can just not, is a quite expensive car, and it's just I like for the Kings Lynn to have this kind of type of service, and I don't want to stop it, but I need to make this car to just pay because it's expensive to keep it. I need to earn enough money to just keep it. It's not just for the profit. As long as you pay for the expenses every month, I'm happy, because there's a lot of people where they want that kind of service. But unfortunately, in this area, they might be busy, they might not be busy, but I'm willing to waiting for them because it's nice to offer them this kind of type of service. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, Craig?
Yes, please. Thank you, Chair. Mr. Stinger, you had the vehicle licensed as a special event vehicle between 2023 and 2025. So you did 2 years with it as a special event vehicle. Why did you decide to change? Was it not making you any money? Or?
As I mentioned before, some of the, even the regular customers, they're happy to pay for the long journey prices, but they don't want to pay for the short journey prices. And I start losing some of the customer because they don't want to pay £30 for a 2-minute journey, but they want to use it because like businesses was there, like Pound Paper, the CAO, they want to come from Kings Lynn to Pound Paper, which is 2 mile or 3 mile. And even their businesses, they still don't really want to pay like £30 minimum fare I need to charge them.
Okay, thank you for that. Could you not offer those businesses a different vehicle where you've got another vehicle?
I don't have another smaller one. The one I have is an A-seater with a wheelchair access, and the people requested. I said this is not used all the time, or is not available for everyone, like everyday use. It's just when the people they wanted. It's good to be able to offer them a car with that kind of type, but on reasonable price, so I can keep everyone happy.
And if I could ask one more question, please, Chair. Why is it that you believe having the stickers on the side of the vehicle is going to stop those people using your business?
Because some people they want privacy. They want the people they want to use that kind of car. They expecting to be on a nice car with no signs. I still using the rear plate and the sticker on the window, and then I still do quite a few weddings, and obviously the stickers will stop me to do that because no one want to go on a normal taxi, or even if it's a nice taxi. I do some different special events as so yeah.
The events you're describing, such as weddings, people want the nice vehicle, you're going out and doing special events, they are what the classification of a special event vehicle is for. So I'm struggling to see why the stickers need to come off as a private hire. Why is the vehicle not a special event vehicle?
Right. So for weddings, is only a few months a year, maybe using for weddings, but then I couldn't probably afford to have this kind of type of car just to use in 3 or 4 weddings a year. So I have to use multiple use in terms of airports, let's say weddings, special events. People want to go to meetings. So I'm trying to use it for my regular customers on a more usage, so they'll be able to afford to keep it on.
Thank you. I have no further questions. Thank you, Chair.
Panel, do we have any questions?
I don't think so, Chair, no. Thank you.
None from me. So I'll now invite the senior licensing officer to sum up the case.
Thank you very much, Chair. I won't bore the panel by reading through the entirety of the report that they've already read and I've read out to them. I will remind the panel that the condition to have these stickers on a private hire vehicle is based in public safety, as everything else is within the open carriage and private hire licensing procedures and conditions. I will remind the panel that you're requested to consider the report, including any submissions put forward by Mr. Stinger, and dispose of the matter by either allowing or rejecting the request. There's no statutory right of appeal to Magistrates' Court against the decision of the Council in this matter, and should Mr. Stinger wish to challenge the Council's decision, this may only be achieved by way of a judicial review. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. I'll now invite Mr. Stinger to sum up.
So thank you very much for giving me opportunity to come here to present my case. I have, as I said, my intention is to keep having this additional service to my company. Public safety is very important for us, and we always trying to offering to all my customers all the service possible and trying to accommodate everyone, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now ask the legal representative to address the panel on any outstanding matters.
Nothing to add. Thank you, Chair.
Thank everyone for their contribution, and invite the panel to retire. We will have the legal representative here who will advise on law and democratic services officer for administration purposes, and only councillor who is observing for training purposes. They will not take part in any decision.